everybody, and welcome back to the Empire Let's Play series. We're going to spend a majority of today working in the new village, but before we get started, I want to show you some work I did between episodes, and I want to see if I can get an enchantment on our mace. Right now, with the number of levels we've got, if we put our mace in the enchantment table, we can get density 4. So let's see what happens if we do that. Okay, we got density 4 and unbreaking 3. That's a pretty good roll there. We definitely need to get mending on here at some point before we start really using it. But that's a pretty good enchantment. Let's see, between episodes. Oh, it's nighttime. So between episodes, I did a little bit of work on the live stream on our road. So out of the backside of our village here, we're going to have a road that sort of makes its way up the hill here. And it's going to head over towards our new village. There's another thing we did, and that is over in this direction. We come up here, you're going to see now there's an intersection right here. That goes up in that direction, and this cuts across like this, and then it's going to climb up the hill a little bit, like so, and it'll come along and intersect with our other road. And then this will head off towards our new village. So besides the center part of the road, I also need to do a lot of terraforming. As I was building the road, I just sort of piled up dirt, and it looks pretty terrible. But I'm going to save that for our live streams. Keep an eye out for announcements. I usually do them around 2 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays, and then you can come hang out with me as I build the road. Last episode, I built 2 buildings. This nice big one here and that one over there. And these 2 buildings are going to serve as our sleeping quarters. So many of the beds will be in these buildings, and then a lot of the other buildings are going to be work centers for our villagers. I went ahead and I cleaned up this space down here, just kind of lined it in diorite and stone, so that is kind of finished down there. Also updated my mods so the cat's not swimming in the ground anymore. That's fantastic. And speaking of mods, I want to show you something real quick here. I've got the free cam mod so I can break my camera away. And if we kind of zoom out here, take a look. So we got this sleeping quarters here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 buildings here that will all be served by this building here. And then we've got this building that's going to be sleeping quarters. And we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that'll be served by that. I think I also want to turn this one right here with the emerald in it into sleeping quarters. And those sleeping quarters will be for these few villagers that will work around here. So we'll kind of have like 3 mini villages in this little space here. And then right in the center is where I want to put the bell, and that way they'll have kind of a central gathering area. But since we kind of have this plan, I think step 1 is do this building, so we have that area as well. We can get a couple of villagers in there, and then one by one we can complete each of these 3 sections. I think that's going to be a good way to do it, and that way we can kind of get one section done, get them working, move on to the next section, and get this village up and running. So up here, this is going to be the sleeping quarters, and we'll be able to get a few beds in there. And I'm just not sure how tall to make this one, because I want this to obviously be taller, but I do want this to be a pretty substantial building. So I'm just going to try some things out and see what we like. Well, this here is a big old building. Right now, it is just a big shell. There's only one floor, but we could add another story if we wanted. There's plenty of room. And right now, the copper looks a little bit kind of brash, kind of stands out. But I think once it starts to oxidize, kind of like we're getting over here, it's going to look really cool. I did put a lightning rod up top just because we're going to have a lot of dark oak and I don't want this place burning down. That would make me really sad. And I think it's kind of a cool look. It kind of has that crosshatch kind of log construction, a few windows. I put a copper door. I'm pretty happy with it. If we take a look at it from down below, it's a big building. Like it's really imposing from like down here. You can see this building was pretty big, but looking up the hill, like that's big. And once we get a few buildings in front of it, I think it's all going to tie together really, really well. See if I can get a couple of villagers up there into that new area. Hopefully they'll follow the workstation here. Come on out. All right, there's one. All right. I think that does it for all of the villagers that I had locked up, so we can probably go ahead and tear these buildings down now. It's all gone. So over here is where we're going to build our base, or our house, just across from the village. I did manage to get two of those villagers that were trapped on the cliff up here, and one of them wasn't so fortunate, but we've got a nice head start here. And I think that's the next thing I want to work on is this portion of the village here. I had mentioned earlier that we have these 3 different sections and we can do them in phases. So this first section, we could build all the buildings, get the villagers working, and then move on to the next section. So up here we have our sleeping quarters, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 buildings. We got a road to do. And we could even maybe figure out what profession these villagers are going to have. The trick with this is going to be keeping it fresh while only using these materials. I want to stick to our dark oak and diorite kind of scheme. And it's raining. might want to put some signs in here like we've done with some of the other places, because I feel like this is going to get really dense really quick. Like this is just 3 buildings that we've done so far, and already it feels like things are just really close and tight together. So yeah, some signage might be in order. I'm very, very happy with how this is turning out. It's really cool looking how it's all kind of staggered, it's stacking up, it's starting to oxidize. It's just really, really cool. Let me show you what's going on so far. When we walk in, we've got buildings on each side, and again, we're all diorite and dark oak, but they still have different characters, which I really, really think is awesome. So down here, we've got this tall building. Next door, we're going to have our potions, and then our tools, an armorer, a weaponsmith, and a fletcher. And I've varied the roofs just a little bit. Different heights. Some of these buildings are smaller, some are bigger. Got a couple of different sizes here. This one actually kind of steps down a little bit. This space here. A little bit of a smaller one here. This one is all dark oak. And then here, we're going to step up and we're going to go into the other sections. So that's kind of the idea. I think it's going to be really, really awesome once we get it all finished. The one thing I'm not sure about is this path. It's fine, you know, it looks okay as far as, you know, texture and all that, but I would like something that maybe complemented the diorite a little bit more. The gray and the white are just a little too close, and I don't think there's enough contrast. So it would be kind of nice to do something different for the path that goes through this village. I'm not sure what. If you've got ideas, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I think next episode, we're going to tackle our base or our house. And today, what I want to do is I want to run back over to Mingus and see if we can get together all of the workstations for these villagers. And while we're over there, I want to show you some work I did on the live stream this last weekend. If you joined me on Sunday on the live stream, you saw that we did some work on the road. Hello, trader. And so here you can see we built the road that goes down to the village, and we built a bypass that comes around like this. So if we're going from the Southlands out to our new village, instead of having to ride across all of the crops and everything, we can just go off in this direction. It's pretty cool. You can see here on the map, we have the road that goes out to the Southlands, comes up to Mingus, and then also comes up this way, and this will go out to our new village. Between episodes, I'm going to get together some workstations and install them in our new village. And the next episode, I think we're going to work on our base over there at the new village, and we might also run down to the swamp and see if we can get a couple more mending books. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want to be like these folks and help support the channel, click join down below. Memberships start at 99 cents and it really helps me out. And thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.